Welcome back to another level grind let's play. I am Al0 and this is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time we played, we freaking found two dead bodies. Hifumi and Taka, they're dead. And then their bodies disappeared. And now we're searching for what continues on the story. And I finally found it after I had to go through just the rooms numerous times. And now Celeste has appeared before me. Makoto.
Oi.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean... I found them. Hifumi and Taka's bodies had both been hidden in the repository. I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. Their bodies were in the repository. Oh, that's in the art room, I think. Yeah, let's go there. So I just couldn't get into that freaking door, but freaking Celeste could. Alright, let's go check out these bodies. Are the bodies here somewhere? What's up, Byakuya? I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. Well, probably in the room that was locked. Up ahead is the repository. The door knob turned. I guess it's unlocked. And I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... Oh god, another murder scene? Oh god, so many murder scenes. The two bodies that disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. Ugh. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for a second time. That's weird. And so here we are. Without further ado, let me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right. Just hand it over. Now, make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial. Okay, see you later. Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit. Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know? Dead, gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. It's just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. Oh no, my girl Hina. Come cry on my shoulder, girl. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body. Large wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But that wasn't a movie. But this wasn't a movie. The animation's still cool. Fumi's alive. This wasn't. His memories are blank. So they wait, hold on. So they were talking up to that point, and all of a sudden Byakuya's not talking. What the hell? His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
光が 広がっていく。まるで彗星のように。
山田、誰にやられたの？誰があんたを襲ったの？犯人は誰なの？
犯人？犯人の名前、僕は知ってる。いや、家康。
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality. You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat. You're just angry. Going out of the way to return, just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said, Yasuhiro, right? Yasuhiro Hagakure. That's the only person he could have been referring to. And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi? And then going so far as to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers? Is that what Hiro is? If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way I can ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends. Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although this time it's not all that life or death, the trial will conclude without much trouble. Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Alright, here we go, into the investigation phase. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimura. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought the weapon were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it? Yeah, pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe. There's something else that bothers me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko? Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here? Don't be rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question? You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
ついでにそこのぬいぐるみに聞いておきたいんだが、共犯者が存在した場合はそいつも黒になるのか？で
は答えましょう。殺人の際、共犯者を味方につけることは可能ですが、
つまりいくら殺人を手伝ったところで共犯者は得しないのね。
じゃあ共犯者ってのはなさそうだな。
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it. So you're saying nobody worked together this time either? Sorry, can't answer that. It would restrict the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one Blackened can graduate, and an accomplice gets nothing. Then we only need to figure out who that one Blackened is and that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
Explore
the one true Blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. True Blackened? So just one person?
さてと
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the Blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can be only one Blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you? As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation. I have absolutely no doubt the hero is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
あのさ
You know, I don't think we should consider someone a suspect just in case. I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocidal Jack.
あららららら
Whoa, you came out of nowhere, girl. What? Am I offended? When did you? I've been looking forward to. I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack?
なわけないじゃん
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
何なの
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
あららららら
So what? I'm just like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Fumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Fumi's body.
うん
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
何言ってんの
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about. On another topic, we should post a guard by the bodies like before. We can't have them disappearing again. Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
決まりだ
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so freaking strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? So maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Yeah, this is where it starts to get really complicated. So let's first look at the bodies. Fumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was a killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository? All the way from the first to the third. And all without anyone noticing it? How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Fumi himself. If I remember correctly, Fumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Fumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it. His glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that and why? Fumi's glasses are the freaking thing. Let's look at this wheelbarrow thing, because that's probably something. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room where we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Alright, now let's, I think we gotta look at the hammers. There are hammers on all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice Hammers have been designed using these as the model? Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Alright, let's look at Taka's body. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. He found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved? Oh, that's all we got from that? Was the tarp? Alright, let's talk to Asahina. Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hinfumi and Taka's body disappeared, we split up and to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came right to the repository, you know, look around. When we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked? Yeah, I remember. And we came here as soon as the search started. So there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it and why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Let's talk to Sakura, just in case. There are many aspects of the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened. No. Would you like my help? Yeah. Yeah, let's look back on things. There's more. Oh God, no. She's just gonna recap everything. Blah 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 blah. And that brings us to now. Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Oh man, I regret doing that so bad. Okay. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. Huh. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura from the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from the inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone... so freaking... Oh my god. Okay, let's get out of here. Should probably look around... What? What else is there to look at? Oh, I gotta talk to Byakuya. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died. Yeah, he said Hiro's name. Then there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kind of dumb, but do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere. And is that it? Is that all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, if it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing 2 people? What? Because all the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. Hold on, perhaps. I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay?
やめろ。
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
じゃあな。
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as if he'd left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? Huh, there's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, and the equipment room where Taka was found. Alright. So we're gonna go check one of those rooms next time.